Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Survive the Nights. My God, I sound terrible. I had a massive run earlier. I came back into the house. I feel absolutely exhausted. It's very, very cold in here. And it's very, very, very cold outside. How are you all doing? I said that we'd come and revisit Survive the Nights once a week, even if it's just for a short period of time, just to see how ongoing development is. I've forgotten all the keys though, so that's not going to welcome to Grum. Now we have a croaky frog. Oh no, I'll tell you what, mate, it comes and goes as well. You can probably feel it sort of ebbing and flowing away. Let's have a quick options. Play. Use. Let's just play. What the hell's all this? Are these private servers? Big B's PvE? Have they actually started selling servers as well? What happened to all like the normal ones? Yeah, because look, there's an owned tab now. Who put Barry White in place of Grum? You're right, Fizz. Hello, Zoltan. Hello, everybody. Hello, Stripey Pants. Hello, Blakey Lake. Hello, Fizz Gog. Who have I missed? James is there. Good morning, James. How's your Kingdom Come Deliverance going? W, that's all you need. Brilliant tip. Thank you, James. I did forget about that. Knife Juggler. Good morning. This is strange. I didn't realise. Association of Testers and Players Public Service. So they're all in the US. We had loads of servers that were all in the EU before, didn't we? There's one of the ones that I used to play on. Look. Netherlands Node 1. 8. That says experimental. I don't know if I'm on experimental. I don't know what the hell. Look, there's Mojo Hojo's, look. Mojo's been secretly playing Survive the Nights without telling us. Connect. Press W to walk for. Thank God that's still there. Jesus. Whew, game changer, bro. Game changer. Still there, look. Press W to walk for. It keeps reminding me. It's obviously an important. Press W to win. Very persistent, isn't it? It's very insistent. Grumble. Day 1. Can I move? I can. Most nights survived. Gapluma. Well, it seems to play nicely. Better than it was, but then again, we're not in a town. Do we know anything about the game? You don't have a map in your inventory. Find maps in shops and bus shelters. That's new. I like that. I've got some water tablets and a wind-up light. Let's equip that. Wind it up. Now we're cooking, baby. Now we're cooking. And I'm going to guess left trigger to turn it on, to turn it off. Okay. What else have we got in our inventory? Anything else? We've got the water tablets and a water bottle that's empty. We're going to see if we can fill up a water bottle down here. That'd be a good start, wouldn't it? I like the water. The water's nice. The ebb and flow on the edge. So maybe if I sort of stand in the water but don't drown. This item cannot be filled in right now. Oh dear. Fill. Oh dear. Do you think that's just not in the game? Apparently it's not a camcorder. I thought it was a camcorder asset. Someone was saying in chat, I think it was Wentex, wasn't it? Wentex said he's actually got a wind-up light that looks exactly the same as this. So in other words, it's not an actual camcorder asset being used to sort of cleverly disguise itself as a torch. He's actually got one that looks just like this. Kingdom Come is coming along really well, making lots of groschen. Groschen. That's the gold, right? Well, I suppose we can follow the road. I got like they don't have like. There's no heads up. There's no like stamina or anything like that. It's just do what you do, right? Should we go? I think my tactic last time was to try and get to high ground, wasn't it? And then from there we can see if there's any POIs. Strange, like square shadow look. How'd you put things away? That's the escape button. Equip and unequip, maybe, no? Don't know how you put things away. Good morning, Cheeto. I see you're in a veritable high spirits as always, sir. Yeah, well, you were excited to see this, weren't you, Big K? You wanted to see a bit of Survive the Nights, didn't you? You've been looking forward to it. I tried to do the XML changes that Mojo was talking about earlier, but for some reason I just can't download what he's linked me. I don't know why. I'm sure I downloaded it earlier in the week, and it came down, and I had it in my downloads folder, and then I cleaned out my downloads folder earlier in the week, and it's gone, so I went to re-download it, and it just wouldn't do it, so I don't know whether he's changed it. Something down there, maybe. Thank you very much, Chutoy. Thank you for the bits, bro. It could be something... I don't know, that looks like a... don't know, maybe not rendered in, perhaps. There's maybe a house down there. She's going to have a look at that, see if that's a house, and then we can follow the road, which is winding along there up to that. And let's just go and see if there's anything like in the game. At the moment, nothing's... It's a very big map with not a lot in it, basically. It seems like a big expanse of pointless land, doesn't it? Definitely a house or something down here. Oh, I've seen wind up. I mean, I'm not. You know, I never said that. I've not seen wind up torches. But if you look at it, it looks a lot like a camcorder. It's got the buttons up top. It's got the fold-out panel on the right. And if you look at the way this works, look at the. You see how it doesn't quite seem to gel right. It just to me, it looked a bit like a camcorder, but it isn't. So we found a building very quickly, so that's good. And maybe if we could find like I mean, it'd be a nice place to see. The problem is if there's only like X number of places to go, and you've got a server full of 100 people, you're going to like be living on top of each other, aren't you? Is there a crouch button? Yep. So that feels a little bit better than it was. Not sure if they've added an extra animation frame to it. So what did it just say? You are currently targeting prop shopping cart. Nothing you can do with anything there, right? Camping bed. E to start log out. Alright, okay. Oh, a hacksaw. Take, chain, oil pump, and a toaster pastry. Stuff. So it looks like there's lots of new accessible boxes then. Hacksaw. What would you use a hacksaw for? Keep pressing the wrong button. Is that we're not going to be chopping any trees down with a hacksaw, are we? I wonder what we'd use the hacksaw for. Maybe nothing at this point in the game. I can't really think of anything in the game that would necessitate having a hacksaw. Very weird because it's like you can't even get in these like little areas, you know. Like I can't get in there and crouch down, or all seems to be a bit pointless, doesn't it? So the road I think was over here. So if we carry up on the road over there, we're just going to have a quick look at that town. Well, I think the road was over there. Performance is having a bit of a hissy fit. Probably just loading in a new section, do you think? I think you could do something with these, couldn't you? Couldn't you get like wood or... Ah, there you go, got a bit of firewood. Can you keep getting firewood? Are we actually getting it? Let's just check. Firewood 2. Just get some firewood. I'll drink my coffee. It's riveting, isn't it? At least this is working. Hey, this is progress, mate. Are you able to interact with any assets? I wouldn't have thought so. Sam's Kingdom Come Deliverance. You can't interact with any assets in that either, can you? There's very few games where you can interact with non-lootable assets. The only one that really springs to mind that does it in any level of detail is like a Fallout and Skyrim. How much we need? Gotta be careful because of my weight, but at least we've got some fire. The reason I'm taking all that is I'd like to see if we can actually get a fire lit, because I always wanted to know what the fire looked like. We needed to find, I can't remember what it was. You need to find like a tinder, don't you? But I can't remember if we ever figured that out. Like a spooky person over there, look. So it looks like it's going to be easy to get firewood this time around, though. So that, I mean, that's good, because even that didn't work back in the day, did it? And stones you needed for a campfire, I think, but I don't think you can actually get them, can you? Look like it. I think the locks are working now. Yeah, I heard the lock. Not only are the locks working if you can build them, but they're also now persistent 3 patch updates as well, James. So yes, part of the fortification systems have started being re-implemented, or should I say implemented? Whether or not they were ever there, I don't know. Right. I think I've got a bit lost, but with no real points of interest, it's no wonder, is it? I don't know which way to go. Let's just go on to that little ravine, or hilltop rather, over there. Let's just see if we can see what's on the other side. I mean, in terms of, I mean, like, you know, there's nothing here again, really, is there? It's very void, it's very empty. It's hard to praise the terrain. If it's a bit like Kingdom Come Deliverance, isn't it? In that sense, it's pretty, but it's just trees. But I should imagine most game designers can make a game look pretty if all it is trees. Kingdom Come Deliverance obviously has a severe advantage because it's got the lovely villages and NPCs wandering around, so it feels lived in, doesn't it? This is just hollow. There is nothing here. It doesn't even feel like a zombie apocalypse, does it? Because you're just out in the wilderness, aren't you? With very little to see and do. Map's too big, really, isn't it? For what the content is. I mean, I'd love to ask the devs, like, okay, so you've got this huge map. What's the point? What is the point in this entire section here, for example? It's probably like 5 square kilometers. That's got like maybe a couple of shacks in it. What is the reason for it to be there? Because as far as I know, there isn't free placement, is there? You can only fortify existing buildings. So it would make sense, you see, if it was like Rust, then I could come out here and build a little lodge down here. I mean, that'd be great, right? It makes sense, but I actually don't think that is in the game, is it? I mean, I know it's not in the game at present, but I don't think it's even in the long-term plans for the game. Well, at the minute, John Rambo, it's exactly the same. I will say slightly more polished. We can at least gather firewood. So they've made progress on one element. And it looks like the lootable containers now do have loot in them, which wasn't the case before either. So, yeah. Like I said, it's a pretty, well, it's a walking simulator, isn't it? I could bring out my dogs and go for a stroll at the moment. Let's just see if we can find a town there. But I don't seem to have to fill my water bottles from the water, which is throwing me. Get my stamina back. So that'd be a nice place to go over there. Definitely if you do play, I mean, just go straight. Oh, there was a little something over there, maybe. I think that each week what we'll do is we'll jump on and we'll try and find like a town. Find out what the loot's like in the town and see if we can find a zombie. Just to see if the zombies have had any work done on them. Four years, Grum, I know. 4 years to get to this stage, guys. So the logging out stuff is working nice. There's definitely things... Yeah, I remember the calorie issue as well. So at the moment, you're almost being forced into a town just to get the calories, aren't you? I don't know where to go. Obviously, we don't really know the map, do we? Oh, there's something. Oh, there's a house over there. Look, brilliant. Now, as far as I know, you can't. Can't swim. I think if you try and swim, you die horribly, don't you? How do you actually put things away? On a serious note, what's the way to like? Ah, there you go. Oh, that works a lot better as well, actually. So there's a nice little change. That involved all sorts of weird pop-ups down in the text chat in the bottom left-hand corner. So we've now actually got essentially a scroll wheel for item select, which is nice. So that's good, you know, progress. Might be small progress, but it's progress. Go and look in this house and see if we can find... where is it? Over there, look. Ah, it's Beef Stew. How you doing, fella? What happened to the name then? What happened? You went from Beef Stew to John Rambo. What's that all about, mate? His little hobbit feet, Fizzgog. No, I think the water kills you, Skip. I'm pretty sure he's not able to swim. Right. Hold E to search for water. Dirty water taken. Nice. So we now have... So I wonder how I could use the water tablets. How would we do that? Would it be under crafting and create? So if I add the water bowl and add the water tablets, holy shit. Holy shit. That is actually pretty cool, guys. That is like actual serious progress. Holy crap. Furry muff, lads. Furry muff. I can now actually purify water. I open a door though, that's the question. Okay, so they've actually got... I've actually just for the first time in the history of the game actually crafted something. You know, later on, I think we'll be able to like board these windows and things up, won't we? Now, let's open that. Firewood, coal, or tinder, I'm guessing. So if we add some firewood to it, how would we get tinder? This bundle of tinder is made of dry twigs and wood scrap. Dry twigs and wood scrap. How would I get that? Maybe we could create some from wood, perhaps. So if I add some firewood and produced items. I need a hatchet or a wood axe. God, I tell you what, this is actually all making a lot more sense now. So we need to find a hatchet or a wood axe. So shall I leave the firewood there because it looks like firewood's fairly easy to get. Come on, give me a little wood axe, mate, and I'll be playing the game all day, mate. All right, so there's definitely progress. I mean, it might not sound like a lot, but actually, we have compared to what we did have. I mean, look, everything's working. That's amazing. That's actually pretty cool. So we now have a little bit of an understanding of how the crafting system works. You know, we can see timers to do things. We can get firewood from these, look. I just need to... It's kind of weird, isn't it? To be fair, you think you'd be able to get tinder, but you'd need the hatchet to get the wood. It's almost like arse over boob, innit? Tinder would just involve picking up some, you know, I'm guessing some dried leaves and, you know, some hair, some pubic hair and things like that. But the wood you might actually need to get the hatchet for, so that's a little bit strange. But hey ho, look, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Let's see if we can find a town, find a hatchet, and then let's come back out. Let's light a fire, and if we can do that, I'll be quite happy. So yeah, that's unless anyone knows another way to get tinder, then feel free to shout out. See, I understand, obviously, people who say, oh, but it's such a huge map. You know, there's just too much walking. But don't forget, there are supposed to be cars at some point. So, actual traversal of the map will be easier. But again, the question is, what is the purpose of this huge 2 kilometre square area if there's absolutely nothing in it apart from some trees? If you can't build there. I'd love to ask them that question. It's almost like the map was designed with a different play style or a different crafting system in place. Look at that. Look at the shadow's not bad either. Look. Woohoo! I was in Tarkov and I managed to kill everything in the raid and had no legs, arms, and chest and stomach was all blacked out. What? You limped out. You're laying at the top of your lungs in stream. You are effing John Rambo. Nice. Nice. I'm just drinking my coffee. I've not played Escape from Tarkov. I've watched a fair old bit of it. I was watching Sequisha. Did you all have a nice Saturday evening? Did anybody do anything fun? I was all set. Oh, what's that? Ah, there we go. That looks like a big building down there. Excellent. Let's go and have a look. I wonder if that's that. We found like a... Oh, look. Power station or something over there as well. Draw distance is great for spotting POIs, look. So, I mean, you know, it's... As an absolute bare minimum, the game's okay, right? It's got what it needs to build on. But how long are we expected to wait? You know? At the moment, all I'm doing is wondering... It's a little bit like... I suppose the closest I compare it to is Subsistence at the minute. It's a big, beautiful, open world. I'm going to guess the map is pretty big. Subsistence is a lot smaller. And it's very pretty. But there's very little to do. I mean, Subsistence, you know, you could argue is even less in a way, because all you do in Subsistence is... loot boxes off the floor, whereas in this at least you have got buildings and structures to find, so that makes sense, doesn't it? But this is very, very shallow in the one element I would have thought would be relatively easy to implement as a developer, which is basic crafting systems. I mean, we've even seen modders, haven't we, in 7 days, you know, bringing in advanced crafting tables and forges and things like that. So where's all that in this? You know, is that going to come like really thick and fast? But what Subsistence has got, which this hasn't got, is a building, a sense of being able to occupy a persistent area of the map. There's no crafting, there's no, I can't put down a foundation. Where's all that? Has that been scrapped? Is that never going to happen? Am I only ever going to be able to fortify these small huts or larger buildings in the towns? It feels like, well, where is it going? This looks like a nice place to loot, though, so it's getting dark as well. And the way it works, I think the zombies in the daytime, they actually try and find shelter. There's actually an AI system where the zombies will go and try and hide, basically in the shade, during the daytime. Then at night time, they come out and start wandering around. So this looks like a farm, I guess, then, is it? They're sort of like granaries, aren't they? Working all weekend, are you, mate? This has got lights, look. I can hear someone. There's something in here, guys. Yeah, there's something in here, isn't there? Maybe on the other side, but there's definitely something in here. Green beans, take and take. Oh, fuck. Definitely something in there. Let's see if we can see him. Yeah, there she is, look. Yeah. And there's a generator and everything in here. We might be able to have a little play with the electricity because I think that's all working now as well. Let's see if we can go into the house. The house is more likely maybe to have a weapon in it, perhaps, if we're lucky. Not nicely established farm, though. You know, you can see the bales of hay, look, and you've got the... whatever that thing is. The wind thing. Performance is getting a bit choppier as we get a bit more. There's one in there. There's one in there. Oh my god, look at this stay up. Alright, not so good then. We need something to help us actually kill those two zombies, don't we? Oh, he's coming at me, he's coming at me. Oh, balls. But at least it's out of the house. If we can run away, let's see how the running away works. We'll draw him out. Yeah, we've got him out. We've got him out. So if we can creep back around before nightfall. You went bowling and you were rubbish. I'm not very good at bowling, mate. To be honest, my heart's not really in bowling. I've never been a big bowling fan, to be fair, mate. I think I'd rather have a game of pool or something like that, to be honest. How far into it? We've only been playing for about half an hour, mate, which is actually a lot longer than I thought we'd be playing. Oh, shit, there's something behind me. I can't move. Oh, Alex, we're dead. Oh, I'm stuck. I can't move. I'm stuck on the is that my stamina gone? Oh, he's really close. He's really dead. Oh, shit, they're everywhere. Stamina's going to drop in a minute. It's really, really close, isn't it? Looks like you can just about outrun them, but I think my stamina's going to get me... Yeah, it's because it's night time, so they're going to start popping up all over the place, aren't they? But you need to find the house earlier on. I don't think we've ever really survived an evening, have we? I think once you're out in the dark without anywhere to hide, that's it, pretty much game over. But at least we've found some things. We have found stuff, and I've actually purified some water and... we get away. I'm crouched, so I don't know how the stealth system works, but you're at Rain Door. How you doing, mate? We may survive a night. Who knows, right? Do we risk it and keep moving? They'll be everywhere now. I like the dark nights though. I do like, you know, and I don't think that's as dark as I've seen it. Just trying to make sure I don't lose that house because I'd like to get back in there in the daytime. Just have a quick look at my stats then. So, because the daily calories is 0, at about 2 o'clock or so this morning, my health will drop by 10 points, I think. I'm not sure why my health has been dropping steadily today. I don't know whether that's incremental because of just low calorific intake or not, but if you don't have your 2,000 calories a day, you lose 10 health every single day. So what have we got? We've got, can't eat the green beans. You don't need to cook green beans, do you? Wind up light. So I don't know if that actually attracts zombies or not. There's a little. It feels like it's not completely empty, Tomato Head. It feels like some of the really basic things that you would have expected to have been in there on day one are actually there now. So, for example, you can now loot some containers. We have found a little bit of loot. The crafting appears to... Well, it's not that crafting wasn't there. It's just you could never find anything to craft, could you? This torch is pathetic. I don't know whether I've just not wound it up or not enough, or... 'Cause this was really horribly bugged, wasn't it? It seemed that the light dissipated like so quickly. And he also does that... I forgot to ask them about this, you know. This is one of the most annoying things about this game, right? Look, when he runs, he automatically points the light down to his right. You wouldn't do that, would you? If you're running, you're going to be pointing it right bang slap down near where you're running at. Not like 45 degrees off to the bloody left or right. Yeah, it's pissing it down, mate. Pissing it down in the middle of the night. I think it was grassroots, yeah. No, I think the I went through a bush and I think that actually did slow me down. Yeah, you're right. I got stuck on the hay bale. That was my fault, but the bushes actually slowed me down. Just drink my coffee and then we'll go back down. You haven't seen much of the game on YouTube. Mainly because there's not a lot to... I think most people just play it like for 10-15 minutes and turn it straight off. That's probably why, Carson. I don't think... there wasn't really anything to do. So it wasn't a case of people necessarily hating on it, although obviously there is a huge amount of hate for the game. That's me dead then. Let's see if we can actually outrun a zombie. I'm not sure if you could before. They are so bad though, aren't they? Don't know what that was, but I heard something that didn't sound very friendly. So I mean, why the torch down there? It's crazy, mate. It should be there, shouldn't it? Oh, I just walked into another one. I was going to stop a minute ago as well. I should have stopped. Should be alright for a few seconds more because we did get... Yeah, there he is, look. He's still with me, god damn it. I'm going to lose my bearings as well now. But you have to be holed up of an evening. You have to find somewhere... You just can't survive the night outside, which makes sense, I suppose. The problem is I'm just going to keep running into like the next spawn where they're sitting there waiting to hear something. My stamina's going to go. So I have a horrible feeling we're going to be very dead in a minute. Now, I don't know how running uphill works. Like in 7 days running uphill, you really struggle, don't you? God, they look awful. Yeah, I'm stuck. Yeah, 2 for 6 to jump. Right. I don't think we're gonna make it. Noises. I'll give him that. There's no way. Let's just stand this guy and sit in it. Noises. Zombie noises. It's quite scary, isn't it? It's quite blood-chilling noise. Yeah, I think we're cold and we are low on stamina, basically, mate. I'm just about keeping it in front of them, but I'm not going to get that little burst of speed that I need to get away, I don't think. I don't know whether it's just trying to walk for a bit longer. Or I get hit one more time, that'll be it. this, is it? Nah, no, you can't craft anything, Grummy Grim. That's one of the biggest... I suppose it's one of the polarising elements of the game, isn't it? Some of us were saying, like, you know, we can't even, you know, craft a basic hatchet to get going in the game. To get some firewood, to keep us warm. You have to find the hatchet head. It kind of makes sense. They've gone for a more realistic, you know, you can't just magically make a hatchet out of a bit of stone and a bit of wood and a bit of swabbing. But it also means that you never get a chance to really get anywhere. You know, you've got to find a town early. At the moment, I suppose what I should have done is just rested in that shed, but has anyone got time to play games like that these days? You know? Does anyone just want to sit in a shed for like 5 hours of the night doing nothing? I mean, it's a similar way to, I mean, you know, you can criticise it, but if you think about it back when we first played 7 Days to Die, that's exactly what we did. You know, the first couple of nights, you literally used just to sit there and go make a coffee, didn't you? I suppose it's no different. It's easy to criticise it just because it's got such a checkered development history, but one thing that, in my opinion, is absolutely killing the game from because the one thing the game, if you think about trying, if you were trying to sell this game, if you were trying to say, okay, look, let's wipe the slate clean, let's take the game and let's try and look at the positives of it. It's not a horrible looking game. You know, I'm not here to give brownie points for sticking a few trees and making a bit of geometry and sticking a couple of logs down and all the rest of it. But it's not a bad looking game. It's not a bad sounding game. You know. But the zombies, my God, what were they thinking with these zombies? It doesn't matter if they're a placeholder or not. They are just awful. They are like some of the worstly animated entities I think I've ever seen in a game, and it doesn't help you showcase it, does it? Yeah, we can all take a beautiful screenshot of just about any game that we play. In this, you get a screenshot with a zombie in it, you just got people rolling around laughing, haven't you? Yeah, it's because of these bloody zombies behind me, Grummy Grim. I think the sound was alright before, wasn't it? You right, Farkas girl? Hello, Carson. Hello, Hagrid. Bloody hell. I didn't say good, did I? I think it's that my tummy going as well, so that's just dropped my health down. That might be enough to kill me. Just nothing else I can do, is there? Just literally, there's no way to defend myself. Oh. Did we lose them? We may have lost them just momentarily. You alright, Tex? How you doing, fella? We need to stay away from these bushes. It's so dark. Which is cool, I kind of like that. This guy, it's just literally running around at night, so trying to stay away from a couple of zombies. It's I bet in the morning there's like about 90 zombies behind me. You alright, Mark Aaron? How you doing? See, it reinforces my doubts around that video every time I come back and play. You probably can't hear me, can you? You right, see the moon? How's things, mate? Is it getting lighter? Is it starting to get just a little bit lighter? Will they be slower in the daytime? Who knows? All I wanted to do was check that farm out. I suppose it depends because I suppose the servers are persistent, so you never know what time of day you're going to jump in on, do you? I suppose that's another issue. I think they're selling servers though. It definitely looked like it, didn't it? And weren't there something like about 30, 40, 50, 100 servers before? And like now there's like seems to be like about 2 official ones. What's going on there? Are they just taking money off people for server access? Choo choo! Come enjoy the zombie train. The thing is, I'm not going to get to turn around to see them. The second I turn around, I'm dead. Choo choo choo! Choo choo choo! Got a sunny day there, have you, mate? It's bloody freezing here again, you know. You found a nice towel in the parking lot. what, the gym parking lot or something? You're not going to use someone else's sweaty towel, are you, mate? Hey, oh, have we lost them? Choo, choo, choo! We nearly lost them. We nearly lost them. Wow. How's things with you, Tex? What have you been up to, fella? Have you recovered from your epic charitable event? Are you all relaxed and recuperated? Oh, I saw, see, we had an option to interact with a tree there. Yeah, they're still just coming at me, look. At 4 o'clock. Well, it's coming up to the 47-minute mark. It's got exactly 13 minutes to let me do something. In fact, you know what? I can't even be arsed. What a crock of shit. Right, let's get back to what's it. I tried, guys. I got better things to do than sit there running around all night. What a load of crap. Right, give me 2 seconds.